Well, hello everyone. Welcome to our live Facebook call to action. We're happy that you're with us today, and we are still just trying to get out there to release our information to the mass media. And I want to thank the people who are joining us. If you have a comment, please take time to send it to us, and I will address it while we are on live with you. I'm only going to be here about 10 minutes today because so much is going on in our ministry. We are growing, number one, and we're upgrading, number two, for a major launch with the Virtuous Woman's Alliance campaign. We're going to confront the nasty women. We're going to confront women who have absolutely infected every part of our society by mocking God in every possible way. Today, the plan of action must come forth. I've told my friends and our ministry that if the people in this country knew what was in Obamacare, there would be a revolution. So the key is that you don't know, that the propaganda machine, that the people who are using the takeover of our health care have a plan that you have never, ever dreamed of. I brought with me today, because I did the research on Obamacare before it was passed, read most of it, and educated our Intercessors Network, our television audience, and the people that are connected to us exactly what was going on in Obamacare. This is my book. These are fact sheets that are not even available anymore concerning Obamacare. Number one, it's unconstitutional because it was not written by a member of Congress or the Senate, House Representative or the Senate. It was submitted by a House member and a member of the Senate as though they were sponsors of this bill. They were not. And the majority of the people that voted for it never had any participation in writing it. They didn't even read it. And so it's totally unconstitutional. Who wrote it? I'm just going to just briefly bring that up. The man that wrote it is now on television everywhere. He's on Fox News last Sunday with Chris Wallace. And you could tell Chris Wallace didn't have a clue what to ask him or what was in the bill, and he enjoys that because they dignify this man. His name is Ezekiel Emanuel. This health care is based on a socialist plan that came from the foundation of Hitler in order to take over Germany. I just want to touch base on some of the issues that I'm bringing you forward now, what is in this bill. And the fact that McConnell, John McCain, actually there were 7 senators, not 3, but 7 senators who refused to vote for the repeal of Obamacare. Those 7 senators have caused quite a stir because they promised for 7 years they would repeal it. Well, I talked about this last week, and let me tell you, we are getting attention. We have a Republican donor that sues the GOP for fraud over the Obamacare repeal. Our senators, the majority of them, do not plan to repeal Obamacare. Why? Because their slush fund would have to be stopped. It's through these insurance companies. The congressmen and women have so many kickbacks with the laws that they make, with the federal grants that they issue. Federal contractors, it's a 180-degree turn, and the majority of them have become multi-millionaires, and they've never had another job. outside the Congress. So what do? The plan of action is that I began to research what this retired attorney that is suing. He's actually talked to the Republican Party in Virginia. And an attorney is now the president of the Virginia Republican Party. And he said, we can't believe we're getting sued for what the Senate is not doing, by not doing their job. We can't believe we're the ones getting sued. They need to go after the lawmakers. Well, I agree with that. Absolutely. I talked to him for a long time. I said, I totally agree with you, and I'm telling you now. But what they've done now that I didn't know, I knew the database that Ezekiel Emanuel created is a database that connects you and I. When we go to a doctor's appointment, there's a computer sitting there. It doesn't matter. And everything that doctor says to you must be recorded. Everything that he's dealing with your health care, your medical care, must be recorded. That is sent to Washington, D.C., to Emanuel's database, and it's there before we get home. That is an invasion of privacy. Have you ever seen how they protect Planned Parenthood and the abortion clinics? Privacy, privacy, privacy. Well, you and I have no privacy. And the Senate and the Congress, the House of Representatives, the Democrats, this is a trick. The Democrats voted this 100% Democrats, no Republican participation. Well, that's not true. Yes, Democrats made this law 100%, but the Republicans funded it. And what? My friend that I just met, his name's Bob Hagman, and I really tried to get in touch with him. I want to interview him on our television program because of the information that he gave out in just a few minutes in an interview on Fox News, but they didn't tell us how to contact him. If you know how to contact Bob Hagman, please let me know. Comment here if you know how I can get in touch with him. We've searched and searched, can't find him. But this is what he found out. And this is what they are doing now. McConnell and the 7 senators that refused to vote for the repeal of Obamacare, there's 7 of them. If you get my information, you'll get this information. They know what took place. They refused to vote for the repeal, even though they campaigned on it. What they've said is total fraud. And what's happened, and what Bob revealed, is I have a phone call because I'm getting ready to go on television, and this is my guest, so don't let the phone take you out here. I've got just another couple of minutes. If you just answer it and tell them, hold on. The government, McConnell and the 7 dissenters, the 7 senators that dissented from voting for the repeal of Obamacare, the plan is that they join the Democrats. There's 48 Democrats, and all they need are 4 more or 5 more Republicans, and they're the majority. So it doesn't matter what we say as voters, 69 of us electing President Trump, to repeal and replace Obamacare, which is no big deal to replace. They just need to send all the freeloaders back to the states and let the Medicare be taken care of there, but that won't work because their kickbacks with the insurance companies would be eliminated. They're never going to do that. But let me tell you, seniors, what I discovered when researching why Bob is suing the Republicans for fraud over Obamacare is they have merged Medicare and Medicaid. They have reduced Medicare to Medicaid. And They've organized a company. And what they're going to do, and Ezekiel Emanuel said that this on Fox News Sunday with Chris Wallace, who dignified him, and this, that what they need to do to fix Obamacare is to monitor what the doctors do and put restrictions on the doctors, who they can see, when they can see, how long the doctors can be with you. And they can only see the patients that are approved through the death panel in Washington, D.C. And it is stunning. And they're funding this through the stimulus plan. So no matter what they do to Obamacare to keep their slush fund rolling, what they know they've done is they're going through the stimulus plan to equate senior citizens to freeloaders. And they have a database that the doctors are going to be under submission to this crowd. People, it is so scary. The database is already almost done. It's not being told. We have so many congressmen and House members that literally know what they're doing. And we must get the facts. I need for you to contact me. You can, we're on YouTube Live right now. Go to YouTube, Insight USA. If you're on YouTube watching, or if you're watching after we post this, when we go off the air, go to Facebook /Faye USA. If you want to get on our mailing list, you can call my office in Texas, 407-265-0700, press 2, and you can get some information. We're upgrading our website, but the website right now is insightUSA.us. Please comment throughout. Whenever you watch it, we get the comments. We're manning our Facebook page now. We want you to know the truth. Email this to other people. Forward to Facebook to all of your friends. Our plan of action is to let McConnell and the people in the Senate and Congress, their slush fund days are over. The takeover of our medical care will not be tolerated. Stand with President Trump with this, and if they have to go, and we have to stretch this out to 2018, they will not be reelected. But I think there's enough fraud involved that if enough of us learn our rights, there can be lawsuits that will bring out their corruption. Great day. Have a great weekend. Let me hear from you, and I do appreciate you. I appreciate your donations. We need those donations, and we're getting ready to launch a major media campaign, so don't miss it.